Alright, welcome back for another Spellforce 3 replay cast. This is going to be another first round matchup from the Dragon's Eye tournament. And this is going to be a matchup between Tommygun and Vegie. So for game one, we're going to be on Evergreen Forest. And let's get into it. Alright, so as the blue Elves, we've got Tommygun. Let's see what he's going for his opener. He's got 3 wood, 1 hunt. And he's going for the Druid. And Vegie is going to be playing as the pink Trolls. He's going for a Smasher early, and he's going for the Plaguebringer as his hero. So, let's see, Pathfinder. Looks like instead of going forward, the Pathfinder is going to wait with the Druid and take this front zombie camp. On the other hand, Vegie is going off to the side first. He'll port to the front and then come out this way. And just a small note, if anyone noticed or did not notice, he uses teleport to go to the tree chopper as opposed to the sector center. So that's just one of those very small things that increases your efficiency of movement by a little bit. And sometimes that little bit can make a big difference in these games. So picking up the front sector now. Curious why he's upgrading this one instead of this one first. Maybe he wants to make sure he can get some stone and wood as opposed to food and wood early. He does have 2 hunting huts, so 2 hunting huts, 4 tree choppers, and 2 stone here. So yeah, this will be curious to see how he expands his bases, because it's not as simple as just having food, wood, and stone available in all sectors. You can get comfortable on certain maps because the layout is convenient for resource expansion, but on a map like this, it's not that simple. So Tommygun expanded the front first, and it looks like Vegie is going to go and harass. And Tommygun's got his Pathfinder up there, so I figure, let's see. Hopefully he doesn't die up there, but that's not too important. Yeah, so Vegie's just trying to find the wood line and harass that. And something I don't know is if you have units, if you have workers that are hit by that plague ability, when they go inside and hide in a built building, kind of garrison themselves in the woodcutter, were they still taking damage? I feel like they might have been, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, the Druid is on his way, and I have not taken a look at skill builds yet, so I'm not sure how prepared he is to deal with this. I would be saving my focus for whatever that ability is he just used. I think it's Psychokinetic Blast or something like that. I want to show the action and not cover the screen. And look at that. That's a good pick. Oh boy, but his hero might go down. Nope, he took a potion there. But he picked off a troll, so that's good. Picked off a Smasher. That's not damage you want to be dealing with as a Plaguebringer, having a Guardian on you as well as a Druid. So, yep, he's going to port out, and he'll move on and take this camp. Unfortunately, the Pathfinder died. What I would guess is that Tommygun had him over here waiting to see when Vegie came to take this camp, and one of these zombies wandered just close enough that he came over to fight them. Either that or he just moved him and you know, didn't realize that he was running them into the zombie camp. But regardless, that's just a little thing. Low population for both players. No one's really pushing out much of a military right now. So let's see. We went double tree, double stone here. I'm going to guess that means that Vegie's going to be going for throwers, because I don't think that you need too much stone. But maybe I don't understand the troll economy layout that well. We'll see how this plays out. And just securing the rest of his side of the map. Tommygun's got the druid heading over this way to the Medusa camp. Let me take this time to check out skill builds. So, yep, this is the single target psychokinetic blast. It also has an interrupt on it. Pretty low focus use. 2 brute force, 1 concentration, 1 into obliterate, 1 into Ellen's fire, and 1 into deep waters for Tommygun. And then for Vegie, he is not going for his Medusa camp. He looks like he's going for Tommygun's Medusa camp. He's on 1 brute force, 1 plague disease, 1 feast on disease, 1 tiring attack, 1 plague bolt, and 2 deep waters. So if I'm Tommygun in this kind of situation, and yeah, he's gonna lose some of these Medusas because he just doesn't have enough troops to compete with 3 smashers and a plague bringer. Although there's only 2 here at the time, 2 smashers here at the time. But I think that was a good move by. Vegie coming in to the grab the sector center and just get his banner up there while his smashers deal with the Medusas, just in case Tommy came to compete for that as well. And I started a thought earlier. If I am Tommygun, I'm gonna be prioritizing single target spells. I'd be putting my points into Psychokinetic Blast and then maybe doing Concentration so that I can spam that. Because you're not going to... I don't think you're going to get too much value out of your Area of Effect spells just because of how bulky these troll units are and how low in numbers they tend to be. He's using it well right here. You know, defending the banner with it. That's smart, but I think he's going to lose this, and I feel like this is one of those situations where you got to give this up and go elsewhere. Maybe try to harass Vegie on his side, because the druid. I'm not sure if the druid is going to be able to out damage the Plaguebringer in one-on-one combat, especially when he's got point into Feast on Disease, and there's 2 other smashers there as well. So until you get more. What do you call them? Until you get more Guardians out, I don't think there's too much you can do about this. So let's see, he's on stone, wood. He's getting iron because he's made tier 2, but he's only on 2 sectors. He's got 1 grove, and yeah, my guess is that Vegie's just going to keep putting the pressure on. You can see he's on 4 smashers. Each one of them is 6 population, so that's why he's at 24 population. And Tommygun's only got 1 guardian at the moment. Yep, he's with the druid. Now, I like this move. He's going to put some pressure on the Medusa sector on Vegie's side, and we'll see what Vegie does. In the meantime, he does not have vision on this camp, so he doesn't know where the hero is. Excuse me. What is 1 population? Oh, the scrapper. Okay. So getting on that woodcutter, and that hurts if you are Tommygun because you're already negative wood. You're spending money repairing this woodcutter, and you might have to bell it. I mean, it's just gonna go down actually. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, yeah, man. I mean, he doesn't have an army to defend against this pressure right now, and he's only on 2 sectors, so his economy is not that expansive. And this is kind of one of those things that. If you have a game plan in mind, which I would guess for Tommygun, it was get fast tier 2 and get wardens out for that single target damage against these smashers and these troll units. That strategy is getting punished by the early pressure from Vegie, because in order to do a tier 2 rush, you need to not invest into your military, and you need to take resources that you would have been putting into expanding and grabbing more sectors. You need to instead put those into hitting tier 2 on your sanctum, which is 60 resources. You know, it's 20 wood, 20 food, 20 stone. So that's 60 resources that the other player might be investing into their military and expanding their own economy. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors that are expanded for Vegie, and right now we're on 3 for Tommygun, and one of them is under a lot of pressure. So he's doing good with his hero and just getting spells off, utilizing his focus. He's casting spells, but I think he just doesn't have the damage output right now. And Vegie is playing this very well, and he's just continuing unit production. You see 50 population against 6, and you know, you've only got 2 iron sectors here. So one, which is on the front, unfortunately in a very vulnerable position, you know, dead center of the map, facing your enemy, so they don't even have to skirt around the outpost to get to your iron on the front. And then the one in the back, you know, it's pretty safe, but he doesn't have this corner as well. If you're not familiar with the map, the iron sectors are going to be in the corners and then the front middle. So because he's been cut off on this side, you know, he's basically stuck on kind of 1.5 iron sectors, because this is just going to get pressured. And this is an experienced player, right? Vegie knows what the elves need, and he knows where he can apply pressure to take away what they need, which is a lot of wood and a lot of iron. And so yeah, you can see the wardens are coming out. So Tommygun is going to start getting his military production rolling. But again, he is on low sectors, so his ability to get a large amount of wardens is going to be limited by, I love this spell. Oh, I think it's called Rot Stone. This is a spell I would love to see more from players who are using this Archdruid hero. I'm not sure how well it performs compared to other skills, and like, you know, as far as optimizing a hero build and having the most game impact, but I love seeing that ability be used, just because it's kind of rare, and I think it's pretty unique. So pretty healthy mix. Looks like I don't understand the troll economy that much, because he's not just going for straight throwers. You know, I was thinking I was onto something when I saw a couple Stonebreakers come up there. But I figure maybe that's just, you know, him going for the stone and wood sector early, is those are the resources that you're going to need to expand your economy in the future and whatnot, and get everything else rolling. So pretty well balanced army, mix of smashers, skull crushers, and throwers. And he's tier 2, you know. And for the trolls, tier 2 is basically the equivalent of tier 3. Oh my gosh, that was so close. I cannot believe he didn't die. That teleport was really close. So the wardens are out, and I like how Tommy he's trying to get active on the map. You know, he knows that he needs to make something happen here, probably because of his sector count, and because he sees how big Vegie's army is. I do like also that he's putting his guardians into ranged mode, because at this point, when there's skull crushers on the field, they are not going to last. They're not going to last in melee combat. I would almost put all of them and just take little skirmishes, you know, get a couple rounds off, just stay away, you know, throw and then run. But microing is not easy while you're handling everything else. You know, you got to cast spells, especially with the druid, archdruid. There's a lot of stuff that you need to be doing, and I think he might be out of potions. Yeah, he's out of health potions, so that's unfortunate. There's not too much you can do. And if this sector goes down, that's game, because, you know, being 15 minutes about into the game and only having one iron sector, it's just not going to work as the elves. And you know, maybe it could if your opponent is on the back foot and you've got the advantage on them. But if you've got the advantage, you've got more than one iron sector, you know, almost 100% of the time. But either way, that's game. They call it there. So, man, I mean, to be this deep into the game and have have an economy this well balanced is pretty impressive to me. But well played to both players, Tommygun and Vegie both. It was good activity on both players. I think Vegie just put the pressure on early, and with the build that Tommy was going for, I think he kind of got countered there. So that was game one. So it'll be 1-0 to Vegie. And let's take a look at the scoreboard and just the after game stats. Yep, you see that unit production, and in turn the kills and the building destruction. You know, more expanded economy. See, you know, he dealt pretty good damage with his hero, but it was just his macro and his, you know, the support of his army was not there. And you can see how that scaled throughout the game. That lead just got bigger from the economy. All right, so that's it, and I'll see you in game two.